Welcome to the Literary Criticism and Theory lesson on feminist theories. In this lesson, you will learn about Virginia Woolf's A Room of One's Own and Simone de Beauvoir's The Second Sex. In the early 20th century, Virginia Woolf, a key figure in modernism, made her mark. Born to a well-known family, her early life was tough, but she became a leading writer in the Bloomsbury Group. They challenged old Victorian ideas. Woolf lived during a time of big changes. The British Empire was at its peak and then started to decline. The world was dealing with the effects of the Industrial Revolution and other social issues. Women's roles also began to change. In the early 20th century, women started working in jobs like teaching, nursing, and typing. These new roles helped pave the way for future women writers and thinkers. Picture this: Woolf speaking at Newnham and Girton, women's colleges in Cambridge. Despite being underfunded, these schools became places for Woolf's important lectures, which became a room of one's own. She said women need money and a room of their own to be creative. Woolf imagined Shakespeare's sister, equally talented but held back by society. This shows how lack of money and privacy has stopped women from being creative and successful in the past. Woolf spoke about past women writers like Anne Finch, Afra Behan, and Jane Austen, who all faced challenges but still made their mark. They helped future generations of women writers. Woolf's main idea was that women need money and a room of their own to write fiction. This idea started debates about what women need for artistic freedom and continues to inspire discussions today. Some critics, like Arnold Bennett, disagreed with Woolf, saying great literature can come from hardship, like Dostoevsky. But Woolf meant that financial independence helps fight against unfair limits placed by society. Woolf's influence goes beyond her time, helping recognize women writers and explore new literary forms. Her focus on the mental struggles of women writers opened new paths for feminist criticism. Some people argue Woolf's idea isn't universal. In different cultures, the idea of a separate space for women means different things, making us think about the varied ways women create and express themselves. Woolf envisioned a world where women's voices add to a rich human experience. Her call for economic independence and personal space for women remains important for creative freedom and gender equality. After World War II, Europe changed a lot. Major powers like Britain, France, and Germany became weaker. This period saw the end of colonial empires and less focus on Europe. During this time, Simone de Beauvoir wrote The Second Sex, which changed how we talk about women's independence and identity. Simone de Beauvoir, born in 1908, became a key feminist thinker. Often linked with Jean-Paul Sartre, she made her own impact. The Second Sex asked important questions about women's roles that are still relevant. The Second Sex argues that society defines women not as independent beings but in relation to men. Beauvoir says women are seen mainly through their appeal to men, making them, the other, different from the male norm. After World War II, women entered the workforce in large numbers but were still limited to certain roles. Some became professionals, showing that financial freedom leads to personal and professional success. Despite progress, Beauvoir saw a barrier: women couldn't unite as a group. Without a shared history or struggle like class or race issues, women's movements were limited to what men allowed. The Second Sex speaks to a world with a history of anti-feminism. Beauvoir invites everyone to rethink social norms and recognizes the complex identities of women shaped by gender, race, ethnicity, and class. Looking back, the Second Sex influenced feminist thought but differs from the radical feminism of the 1960s and 1970s. Bohr noted biology's impact on women's roles, while later theories focused more on social factors. Bohr's ideas about women and society continue to spark debates. New issues like capitalism and the beauty industry add to the conversation, showing that equality involves more than just opposing men. The second sex is more than a study of women's roles, it calls for action. Bohr challenges the idea of woman as other and urges us to see beyond biological reasons for inequality. Her work inspires us to rethink gender and unite across race and class. And with those final words, we conclude this lesson. For additional information on this lesson, please look at the content below the video in the online course. To get a list of the important questions and their answers for this lesson, please refer to the guidebook by our publications provided to you with this course for free. It shows you a list of all the questions that have the highest chance of coming in your next exams based on research carried out on previous year question papers. All the best, and I'll see you in the next lesson.